It's your boy Tone DeShields II, and y'all locked in on y'all dose of Let's Be Honest. And I'm here with my man Dub from the Big Steppa Podcast. My man been grinding.
What up?
My man putting in that work. And we also got to shout out his right-hand man, Jay the Boul, who been putting in that work right with him. You know,
shout out my man Jay.
Exactly. Without one, you definitely can't have the other. So, my man, like I said before we officially started, super grateful to you for locking in with me in this content game. Super grateful for you to gracing me with gracing the platform with your presence. You know, I try to enter all of this with gratitude, you know, respect, giving, learning. I try to take each episode with just as a learning experience and just another opportunity to learn about another person's journey, just to learn about another person's path, how they got from point A to point B, you know, so on and so forth. So, my man, like normally what I like to do, well, first things first, before we even get into what I want to do, introduce yourself to the people, let the people know what you get into, how you living, so on and so forth.
All right, well, you know, it's me, Dove, you know. I got plenty of names, you know what I'm saying, but Dove is the predominant name. Some people call me Onk, you know what I'm saying. I coach football, they call me Nephew. Some people call me D. My family call me Darius, you know what I'm saying. That's the family name. So my mom got her little stuff with her. But yeah, bro, I'm originally from Southwest. Me and you got some of the same following, so some people already know I'm from Southwest. I currently live in North. I work. You know, I've been working from home for a year now. So shit, bro, yeah, a year and some change now. So I think we're about to transition to going back into the office.
Okay.
But yeah, man, podcasting is my thing right now. You know, I work, I podcast. Things have been different since, you know, the pandemic and everything. But I like to travel, do regular shit that regular dudes like to do, man. Stay out the way. I'm a reader, you know what I'm saying? I'm a thinker. That's what I like to do. I always gotta like have my brain working, you know what I'm saying? That's my main thing, you know. Especially right now, like me, I'm 28, I'm damn near 30, you know what I'm saying? So everything I'm doing right now is for the future, you know what I'm saying? So anything that I do right now, anything I put my mind to, it's so I can go up from there, you know what I'm saying? Man, I appreciate you having me on.
For sure. And you know, I'll say it right now, you know, you got a home here, bro. You know, you welcome anytime, every time. And you know, you mentioned, you know, the pandemic and you know how you've been working from home and you know you found podcasting. And before we got started, you said the goal was for you to jump back in on your podcast on your podcast wave like quick. But you know, obviously it's you gotta figure out the plan, who you gonna do it with, if you're gonna do it with somebody, you know, so on and so forth. But like normally what I like to do, I got this new segment that I call a temperature check. And I got 5 main categories of life that I like to have people just scale on a 1 to 10, how things doing. You know, 10 being the best, 1 being the worst, you know what I'm saying? So the 5 categories are business, relationships, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Now, relationships, that's pretty much family, friends, loved ones, if you got a significant other, so on and so forth. But, you know, like I said, we're going to do a temperature check on a scale of 1 to 10, and we're just going to take it from there. So when it comes to business, how would you describe everything for yourself business-wise on a scale of 1 to 10?
Right now, business is looking up. We got the podcast. I'm also trying to get into the security field as far as, you know, doing my own thing. So like in between 7 to 8, I would say. Everything is looking ahead. I don't have anything that's really holding me back. Work from getting the podcast, LLC, me and my homie doing that. As far as the security shit, that, you know, that's in the works. But business is cool. Everything is good, bro. As far as business goes, no real, you know, issues or anything like that. So I'll give it a 7 to 8. I don't want to go too high, but you know, because there's much more to be done. But I give it like a 7 to 8 for what I started at in the beginning of the year. So right now, I give it a 7 to 8.
I feel that. Now, it's all like you said. It's important not to get too high, not to get too low. It's important to just know, to be self-aware about where you at, and that's dope that you about to get the podcast LLC. Like I'm definitely in the process of getting my situation LLC as well. You know, just building a production company, so on and so forth. AWD 2 Media. You know what I'm saying? I got two pieces of content. You know, grinding through that imprint right now. Let's Be Honest podcast and my other sports content. Chalk It Up with Tone DeShields II. But yeah, let's transition when it comes to relationships. How would you scale that on a 1 to 10 for yourself?
Well, we can start with family. Family is good, man. I never really had no real family problems with like somebody. My mom is good. She's doing a little traveling now and stuff like that. She take care of grandma. My sisters, the sister I live in Philly, she's doing good for herself. You know what I'm saying? Immediate family, grandma is good. You know what I'm saying? Aunts, uncles, they all doing their thing. You know what I'm saying? Everybody making noise in their own, respective ways. That's good with family. My dad is good. He down south. He's doing great. I'm happy to see that. I went to see him last week. So that's like the most important thing for me. My pops is good. You know what I'm saying? We in a good place. We good right now. So that's
what was it not always good?
Yeah, mom and dad not together, stuff like that. Drugs, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But he's away from Philly and, he's good, he's clean. And, you could tell, he's striving in what he's doing. So I want to say family, I'm going to give that a 9.
Okay. That's what's up.
Well, family, friends, I got the same circle I've been having. Still, those are always going on, but nothing that really bothers me. So I put everything together. You put friends, family, my circle is strong. I got my family strong. As far as relationships, I'm a bachelor right now, but we're gonna get back.
Why are you laughing at that though?
I still ain't used to saying it again. You know what I'm saying? I've been single for like damn near 6 months, but
you was in a situation before? Because I remember you was in a situation prior.
Yeah, I did like a 2 year stint. So
my man said that joint like a prison bill. He said, "Yeah, I did a little too."
I'm messing with you, but yeah, man, I'll say 9. I don't have no real female problems or nothing like that. Everybody's cordial. So family, friends, loved ones, I'll say a 9.
That's what's up, man. Like you mentioned your pop, and me and you relate in that respect. My father, he dealt with his own past his own transgressions in the past, with addiction, so on and so forth, and just moving and shaking in the streets. And I'm proud to say my dad been clean for as long as I can remember. Like my dad been clean arguably since 2007, 2008, and you know what I'm saying. And it's just dope to see the progression, and that's the thing about it, right? When you see, especially when it comes to your parents, like it's so hard to really navigate something like that because first things first, I was blessed that my mom never talked down about them around us. You know what I'm saying?
I feel the same sentiments. My mom is the same way. Yeah, so that's a blessing.
Go ahead.
I'm saying that's a blessing when your mom don't like talk down on your pop, regardless of what place he in his life. She still encourage you to, love him and, reach out to him and still check on him and stuff like that. And don't try to, tarnish our relationship. So that's a good thing, especially like you said, you can relate to that. So that helps, especially in the sense where now you're grown. Like yours didn't last. His situation didn't last as long as my father's did. I don't think he'd been clean that long, but it's been long enough, like at least a year and some change or whatever. And just that he's been clean in between time before.
That's still an accomplishment. You know what I'm saying?
It's an accomplishment for me. You know what I'm saying?
Outside people understand it's demons with that. Like it's a whole another monster. Like when you're dealing with addiction, because it's the worst when you got people when you know the person really a pure hearted person and they just suffering internally. Maybe they got things they haven't fully came to grips with yet. Maybe they're dealing with some kind of trauma that that they've been carrying all their life. Maybe they don't feel like they've measured up and they trying to just satiate it somehow or, substantiate it, whatever it may be. But, again, like that's just never something easy to bounce back from. And, I commend your father. Like, he gonna have many years, many great years in front of him. I'll tell you that. Like let's put that in the universe for sure. Let's put that in the universe for sure. But transitioning mentally, how would you rate everything for yourself right now?
Mentally,
Yeah, and this is more so your personal, internally, outside of family, with the things that you think about on a constant basis. How you been balancing? How would you scale it?
Today, if I was to say today, how I'm feeling today, the last few days, I'm at an 8. Based off of I don't have everything that I want, you know what I'm saying? But I try to, stay away from negativity. That's first and foremost. I work in the crib. I stay away from negativity. I try to feed my mind with positive things. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I cut down on the crazy music. I listen to some soft shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you right about that, bro. Literally, was just saying that to somebody. Like, yo, I can't listen to all that rah shit all the time. Like, I mean, it's cool. Like, it's cool when you're in that bag, but it's days where I'm just like, yo, put on some Snow Allegra, put on some Her, put on some. You know what I mean? Like my man, my man Brandon Banks. I rock with him right now too. Like it's just you. I can't be on my G Herbo all day.
Can't. No, man, it ain't healthy. But I think I'm at an 8, man. I'm happy, in the sense where I'm happy. Like I have plans to do other stuff, but I'm happy in myself. So, as long as you're happy in yourself, your mental should be good. Like I ain't walking around stressing or nothing like that. Money, all that stuff, that's going to come. So I think I'm good mentally right now. I'll say 8.
Okay. Now emotionally,
that's a good question.
That's the one people struggle on, like because it's so hard for them not to fall back on the mental.
Right. So I try to separate them. You know what I'm saying? Because like emotionally, I'm stable. You know what I'm saying? Like even after my situation, in most cases, some people is different. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I struggled for a little bit because it was one of those joints where you felt like you ain't get closure and shit like that. So emotionally, I was down for a minute. And I wasn't available. You know what I'm saying? But now, months removed, I've been a little bit more emotionally available, especially for women that I might be seeking or whatever. At first, I was like shut down. You know what I'm saying? But now I'm better. I try not to down look everything. Like sometimes I have my days. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, man, that's just fucked up. You know, I might look back at something that happened, but overall, emotionally, I would say I'm a strong 7. I don't really have too many complaints. I'm not. I wouldn't look at myself as the most emotional person, and I think I don't act off emotions. So in that sense, I would say like a 7. I think I'm doing pretty good taking care of my emotions.
Okay. Now you said something interesting. You said something the fact that you wasn't available. I feel like as Black men, that's one of the hardest things for us to really tap into, to really be in tune with our emotions and not allowing it to be so radioactive. Some of us don't really know how to channel it. Some of us just don't know how to tap in. What about you made you feel like, what was you seeing in yourself that signified you wasn't available though?
Well, you come out of a situation where you thought that might have been like a lifelong type situation, you know what I'm saying? So then, I'm not a fast person. So when it first happened, I try to, move slow as far as dealing with women. Took the first portion of the time I was alone. I just was alone. I wasn't really messing with nobody, nothing like that. But then bro, you run into something and that person might be trying to really pursue you, but you want to like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I ain't emotionally ready for that because like you can be drained. I was drained. I would feel like I was emotionally drained. So it took me a while to finally tell somebody like, yo, I do dig you. You know what I'm saying? So maybe we can do something. But once you get to that point, I feel like you become emotionally available. But at first I was like, no, I'm cool. Anything I might talk to you, laugh with you, try to make you feel good. But as far as the emotion part, I was trying to stay away from that. But I think now I'm at a space where I can be emotionally available if I do deal with somebody on a serious note.
Okay, that's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Now, spiritually.
Spiritually, it could be better. I do pray. I don't think I pray enough. I believe in God. I'm not religious, but I believe in God. As far as I wouldn't say. Well, my mom is apostolic. She believed in the word of the apostles and stuff like that. So that's pretty much how I came up, and I am, I believe in the same thing. But spiritually, right now, I could be much better. I'm at a 6 spiritually. I would say, I'll be honest. Could pray more. I could read more. And just, not beat your mind up, but sometimes you need to instill the spiritual aspect in your life is more than, we are. There's so many things going on. So sometimes you put that on the back burner. I'm like, damn, I got to get this money. Damn, I got this going on. So, going forward, that's something I could look at. Since you asked, I'm at a 6, so I can try to get that to an 8. At least.
No, I really did that because, like, my lady, shout out to her. She definitely been having me, more in tune, with myself spiritually. It's like, see, I'm such a self-reliant person, right? And it's sometimes it's so hard for me to let go, and the old adage, let go and let God. Yeah. It's hard. Me being me, it's real hard for me to do stuff like that because I always feel like I'm in control of the situation. What did I do? Right. What didn't I do? How can I make it better? What did I do to make it worse? Can I improve? And at times I forget that I'm not the only one pulling the strings because I believe there is a higher power. You know what I'm saying? I believe I believe in a God. You feel what I'm saying? And whatever lane you may be in spiritually, I feel like for us to make it this far as a society, as a world, all these different spiritualities, beliefs, they had to intersect at some point. They had to lean on each other at some point. And like you said, you're not religious. You probably more so on the spiritual tip. You got people that try to drill you with the idea of religion, and they forget about the real aspect. And it's really more so about relationship rather than the actual motions of religion, because like you can go to church, you can do all the things you think that make you a good Christian or a good Muslim, whatever it may be. You can go to the masjid and do what you can pray. 5 times a day? Like you could do all that stuff, but are you really living in
it? Right.
Are you really in it? Are you really living, following the path that was laid out for you? Are you living living with intention and purpose? So, it's definitely a work in progress for everybody, especially for myself, bro. Like I'm nowhere near as in tune as I could be, but I'm blessed. I'm grateful that I got a solid lady that's really, trying to keep me locked in with that. And I really can't ask for nothing more, man. But again,
that's really important. Having a lady that's spiritual, especially for us young Black brothers, you know what I'm saying? That's powerful to have a spiritual, lady by your side. You know what I'm saying? I think we all should look for that more than the shit that we actually, most guys look for. But having a spiritual partner is very important, especially at this point where, when you get into a relationship now, I don't think most of us are looking just to have you trying to look for somebody that you're going to spend your life with. You know what I'm saying? So spirituality is very important right now, for sure.
Definitely. But yeah, let's really get into the meat and potatoes of the podcast. Like I said before, I really want to shout out, the Big Steppa Podcast, man. I really want to shout out you, Jay the Boul. I really want to shout y'all out for what y'all been grinding at. I'm definitely a fan, man. I'm definitely a fan.
That, bro. We gotta get you up there. We gotta get you up there.
Hey, listen, like y'all just let me know and I make it happen. Like I was tuned in on the episode. I believe I was tuned in on episode, I want to say 4. I think I was tuned in on episode 4, and I think Jay had his old homie from elementary school, high school, something like that, right?
Oh, the Street Justice joint.
Yeah, Street Justice. Yeah. That's one of my favorite episodes. But yeah, shout out to you, shout out to Jay Brady, shout out to the Big Steppa Podcast. Like I see, we will definitely get y'all there. Like we got to get everything up for y'all. Make sure y'all go check out the Big Steppa Podcast. You subscribe to those guys on YouTube. They on Apple Podcasts. They on Spotify. They on iHeart Radio, iHeart Podcast. Make sure y'all go lock in on those guys, man. They're giving you great conversation. They give you different levels of life, different levels of culture, different levels of relationship, and they definitely tapping in on what's happening on the grassroots level with the people. And please go make sure these guys go up. Please go support these guys, man. Like this is a movement we got to support. We got to support the Big Steppas, man. We got to. We most definitely got to, man. But for sure. But like, getting like you said something earlier, like you've been meaning to make a podcast even well before like mine came out. But like, this podcast kind of has been a mission of yours, has it not?
Yeah, it's been a mission. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. Even the way this even happens, it's like I'm gonna just share that with you real quick. So basically, I'm sitting there like I just got to a point where I'm like, yo, why the hell? Why am I not podcasting, bro? Like, yo, I got to be doing this. So one day I'm sitting there, I'm on the book, type in like, damn, I should be podcasting. So mind you, Jay, I knew Jay from CCP. We went to CCP 2012, bro. That was like 9 years ago. But we still, cool. We kept in touch. You know what I'm saying? We've seen each other a couple times in between there. So he just sent me a Facebook Messenger. So I don't have my Messenger alerts on or nothing like that. So I didn't know at first. When I click, I'm like, man, what's up with Jay? So he just sent me a picture of like a microphone and a keyboard. I was like, oh, shit. So I'm just super excited because I already know once he sent that, he didn't even say no words. I'm like, oh, shit, bro, you trying to do a pod? He's like, yeah. And I was just looking for a solid person to do one with that's not the same person as me, but somebody I could, do well with, because I don't want to be on a podcast with a nigga that basically think the way I think and say everything that I say. So, we did our little first meeting. We talked on the phone. We met up. Originally, we were supposed to do it at my old crib when me and my lady was living together. I had a finished basement, so we had to set up down there. But once that happened, that didn't work out. We just had to find a way. And pretty much we put everything together. He came up with the name one day. He's like, yo, bro, how about this? He hit me with that. I said, damn, man, we got to roll with that. We got to roll with that. And pretty much we had the studio. In the beginning, I was recording off my phone. The dude that we was going to, he's a thorough dude. He just did audio, though. Recording on my phone with a ring light.
Hey, I like it.
Yeah, and it looked good. It was 4K, so everybody's like, yo, this don't look good. And then the lady that we go to now, Erica, shout out to EMAC at Philly Loft.
Stepping in
the loft, baby. We went to her, and I was like in awe. I'm not gonna lie to you. The first joint, I'm like, damn, I like this spot. Shit, she do video and audio. Shit, you know what I'm saying? We did a stop at somebody else joined between time, but we never got to do the video. All this extra shit happened or whatever. But yeah, we found a home with her. She's gonna be our little engineer now. So you're gonna see some more stuff coming from that. As far as the video, she'll be doing little clips, little snippets, all types of stuff. So that's where we at right now. Like, we really trying to do this, you know what I'm saying? Have a nice setup and everything. We're gonna have more and more guests on. We're just gonna do it every week too. So every week we're gonna do an episode. We're gonna do the regular podcast, and we're gonna do Stepping in the Loft, and we're gonna keep it going like that.
So just to clarify, the Big Steppa Podcast, y'all talking more so about relationships, culture, experience, and
right. And we'll have people come on with their platform and stuff like that.
Got you. And then Stepping in the Loft is where y'all talk more so about sports and music.
Sports and music, yeah, mainly. Yup, that's how it is. Yup.
Okay, so you said something interesting earlier. You met Jay, and shout out to Jay the Boul, shout out to him. Y'all met at CCP, and y'all just maintain that relationship. Right. And he sent you the keyboard and the mic, and immediately you knew what time it was.
You just had that feeling like, damn, this boy for real. He didn't have to say nothing,
bro. And you knew exactly what time it was. But like, it's so dope when you come across somebody that's really on the same wavelength that you on the same, that that's vibrating on the same frequency as you, because it's so difficult, especially starting a podcast, to find somebody that you gel with on that level.
Right.
And just also finding that person that is the yin to your yang, that's the head to your tails. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know for me personally, I started I was waiting so long to start the podcast because I felt like, damn, I ain't got who I'm gonna do it with. But it got to a certain point, I'm like, no, I gotta get this train going. If it's either you with me or you not. You know what I'm saying? That was my next move. Yeah. Oh, that was it. So if this didn't work out, go ahead.
So basically, he hit me up that night. So shit, you know what I'm saying? That's where it was. But if he didn't say nothing, I wasn't ever like I didn't know that he was interested, so I would have never reached out to him. But once he hit me up that night, it changed everything. Because at that point, I'm like, yo, fuck this. I'm about to do everything on my own. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was there because I was supposed to do a couple podcasts with a couple different people. It just didn't work out. And I was just getting tired of it, bro. I got so much to say, man. I feel like I'm such an intelligent dude. I got a lot to offer, and I'm a talker. I got to talk for a living to people. So it was like, at some point, you get tired of waiting. I was at that point. But once he hit me up, we came up with a system. You know, like I said, we not the same person, so we different. Our personalities are different and stuff like that. So we don't agree on everything. I ain't gonna lie, but not in a bad way or nothing like that. But at the same time, we both men, so we'll come to a common ground. Even when it comes to like setting up the shows and stuff like that, we always make it work. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like that's a person that long term, if we were to like be them guys, then we could make it work because our egos is cool too at the same time. We ain't got no funny stuff with us.
I was actually about to ask you about that because making a podcast, it has like its own personal challenges, within yourself, but also within the team, right? So you mentioned that, right? You mentioned that right now, and you don't even anticipate ego even being a problem. But what has been some of your personal challenges, just starting the Big Steppa Podcast, running it, because you guys are about maybe 7 or 8 episodes deep, right?
All together, because it might be like 10 altogether, I think, because we got 10. Couple joins in between, yeah. So we might have almost no, probably not 10, like 8. Yeah, you're right. Don't give me the line.
No, you cool, bro. But like, just throughout that process, what are some of the challenges that you probably didn't anticipate? That was like, oh, okay, I see what we got to do here, or oh damn, like you know what, I should have. Because I watch a lot of my episodes back just to understand what I was doing, how I was moving, the body language, what I could have said here, or was I staying too long on this topic? Should I chime in a little bit more on this topic? Was I leaning too heavily on, so on and so forth. So, like, what's some of your own personal challenges you felt like you came across, in starting this podcast and just going through all the different episodes?
Start off, one is timing. You know what I'm saying, being on the same time. Like basically, he's from G-Town. I live in North right now. So I get the studio is like Northeast that we go to. So just the timing, he got a wife and kids, so I have to be a little bit understanding to his time, you know what I'm saying? Rather than me, I'm pretty much a freelancer. I work and do what I do, but I don't have a family at home. So I understand that, he got that going on. So sometimes I gotta, back up a little bit. Like, even like say if something don't work out because he just had to do some family stuff, I gotta understand a little bit more than, the dude. If we both was bachelors out here together, like, nigga, what you doing? Like, we got this money, you know what I'm saying? We gotta do this. So that's one thing that I've definitely learned to just understand, you know what I'm saying? In the beginning, I'm like, damn, bro, come on, like, we're gonna do this. But now I'm like, all right, cool. As far as like during filming, just like sometimes he might, talk over me or something like that, and I don't get my thought out. But now I just learned to like push it a little bit more, like, yo, bro, I'm gonna get this thought out. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like a flow. And I think when we start bringing people on, to help it flow a little bit more because we got that third person. And I think ever since, like, we started off good anyway. Like, our first couple of joints was good to me. And we had to start doing a little bit more research behind some of the stuff that we were saying. So, nobody like, oh, these making up stuff. But as far as when the guests start coming on, everything just flow even better because like you got that third or fourth person and it's just like this. So I mean, we haven't gotten to any politics or anything like that, so that's all good. But just I learned some stuff about myself, you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't camera shy. We just get on that thing, we be good, you know what I'm saying? I don't even rehearse nothing. Do my what up, and then it's on.
Hey, straight like that, bro. And the energy is there, like the chemistry is there for sure. Like, cause like I'm thinking to myself, they knew each other for a while. That's what I was thinking. You know what I'm saying? But you say y'all met in 2012, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it was serendipity. He hit you with the keyboard and the microphone. You've been thinking about podcasts for a long time. You be having your post about it saying, yo, like, I'm gonna get my voice out one way or another.
Right. And that's how it was, bro. Like, I can count on one hand how many times we hung out between 2012 and now, you know what I'm saying, before we started potting. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. but we just got mutual respect, and it's always been all love. Like even when we was at school, it was always all love. You know what I'm saying? Podcast wasn't out at that point, but shit, if I would have known what I know now, man, we got started then, man, we might have been rich.
Bro, that's how I feel. I feel like, damn, if I would have started grinding while I was in college, when I had those plethora of resources around me, oh yeah, like I would have been the man. I'm like, hold on, wait, I should have been interviewing the college ball players. I should have been interviewing the football team. I could have really took it by storm, but you live and you learn, and we got to live this joint with no regrets. But the true nature of podcasting is consistency. We talked about that before. Like, once you start this and you got people that's actually vibing with your energy, you gotta keep feeding them. You got to.
Yeah. That's my main thing right now. So I remember we started off every other week, but then we got this new system and we doing it every week, man. After that, took these 2 weeks off, but I don't plan to take off no time soon. Like I just want to keep going, keep dropping them episodes. That's what the people need. You know what I'm saying? They need content. It feels good giving the content, so I gotta keep doing it.
Yeah, for sure. And it's nothing like that feeling when somebody was like, "Yo, like what you said in that episode, I really was vibing with that." Like I love when people just reference, certain things I do. But even more, like I love like just giving people like just that dope energy, bro. Like I really love making somebody day sometimes. There's some people's like, "Yo, I've been waiting for this joint all day." Like I'm like, damn, like especially with the sports stuff, because for me, the sports stuff took off before the sports stuff. Well, let me put it this way: the sports stuff took off faster than, let's be honest, because sports is more like cult following, it's tribal, it's constant content in that. You know what I'm saying? That took off as like on a whole nother level before. Let's be honest. And I found myself so locked in on let's be honest, right? But then I want to say maybe a couple weeks ago. I managed to secure an interview with Naeem with Dingle, the Wolf, Nasty Nine. Yeah, and like his people reached out to me. Shout out to my man Donnie Manziel. He reached out to me. He's like, "Yo, bro, I'm trying to get my man on the podcast. This and the third." So when he said that, I felt like that was just the perfect energy to hop back in on. Let's be honest on. You know what I'm saying? Because I've been grinding and chalk it up for months.
I'll be on there, bro.
Bro, I appreciate you for sharing my stuff too. You definitely show love, bro. Definitely, like
for sure. It's all love. You already know.
Yeah, for sure, bro. But yeah, like with this podcast and stuff, you got to treat it like a business. And with business, getting in business with the right person is paramount. And maybe it's actually perfect that you and Jay don't got too much history.
Yeah. Too much feelings and shit get involved and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know how that go. Everyday life, you know how that go.
Yeah, because sometimes when niggas know you, they think they could play with your time a little more.
They get over.
You know what I'm saying?
Stuff, yeah.
Right. They're like, oh, bro, like I got you. I got you. It's like, yeah, bro, you don't got me. Like you don't.
No, nigga, you acting a fool right now.
Right. But how far you see this podcast going? Like how? Well, obviously, you say you don't plan on stopping at all. You plan on keeping your foot on the gas. Like, what's your overall vision for the podcast? Like, how do y'all plan on scaling it?
I mean, right now, we've been the YouTube popping now, so that's what we're trying to do. Ultimately, bro, I want to have merch. You know what I'm saying? I want to get a Patreon. You know what I'm saying? I want to have a bunch of subscribers, and ultimately, I want to do like live shows, like maybe not the level of Gilly and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Shout
but
I watch to Gilly and Wallow for sure. They doing it.
It's another podcast I watch, TRPE, the realest podcast ever.
I don't think I heard of that one.
Two dudes just like me and Jay, but they've been in there a couple years now. I've been listening to them since 2018, I believe. But they shit is all that, bro. I gotta send it to you, man. They shit is all that, man. They had a couple shows and everything. Two dudes, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to them. They from Philly or they
from Philly, yeah. One is a Saul alumni, but he like way older than us.
Okay.
Yeah, I ain't know till he said it on one of the shows. I'm like, damn, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro, that's one of my favorite joints. I don't take stuff from what they doing, but I definitely pay attention and take notes. And if I see something that's usable, if that's even a word, I'll incorporate that. But that's something definitely that I look at to measure where we can go. You know what I'm saying? Because they up there now, and I respect them, and that's like my favorite podcast right now. So shout out to TRPE. I don't know if they're gonna hear it, but shout out to them.
Oh yeah, listen, shout out to them. Shout out to the Saw alumni. Like, bro, I take notes from everybody. Like, I'm taking notes all the time from any everybody. I tell people all the time, yo, bro, I peep what you doing. I'm taking notes, bro. I like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get motherfuckers. They flowers like real quick. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, that's just who I am. Like, I'm like you said about yourself. I'm a thinker. I like to really analyze and try to carve out my opinion for and really make sure I know what I'm talking about. And, you know, just understanding flow, understanding pace, and understanding how to tackle a point. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's so much like people think podcast and you just talking.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a little more than that. It's a little more than just talking. You got to be colorful. Yeah, it's a little bit more strategic with your words, your thoughts. You're not just going brazy. Like, you know what I'm saying? You really gotta exactly. Like, so with the Big Steppa Podcast, do you feel like y'all beginning to carve out a structure, carve out a niche?
Yeah, these last couple, I feel like we definitely the stepping in the Loft shit is doing good because it's like the last two joints. Well, Street Justice was a regular joint, but it was so good though to me because we had somebody come in and share their story, and it was relatable because you know we all from the hood. You know what I'm saying? We might not have all been out in the streets, but it was very relatable. I had a couple old heads, you know, that I know say stuff to me about, and that would make me feel good. You know what I'm saying? I think we're starting to carve out our niche because I think we know what we want to do now. Like we know what we're going to separate from the podcast to stepping in the Loft. So once we had got that figured out, and then we talked to the engineer, I think going forward that shit's going to be so smooth. Like even next week we got the kind of like on some battle the sexist type shit. Next week we got two ladies coming on in the mail, and you know we already got everything lined up as far as what we're going to do. Just got to execute it. But I think that's going to probably be like the best one yet. It's our first female guest, so I'm excited.
Oh yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. Like that's tough. Like because like you know with this podcast, you scale it, like scaling it, finding like carving out the structure, the niche. Like I realized, like all right, since I ain't really having people on the podcast, like as far as like consistent guests or a co-host rather, all right, I'm going to structure this into more like an interview style. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
and then if I can't get nobody on, I'm probably just going to have maybe like a 30, 45 minute episode where I'm maybe talking about my thoughts and how current events apply to real life. You know how some people talk about the gossip, but they but they stuck on the gossip part. Like you need to strip down. You need to get down to the skeleton of that gossip and find out how it apply to real life. You know what I'm saying? Don't get too caught up in the names involved. Think about the essence of what's going on. You know, and you know, just thinking about the battle of the sexist thing. That's gonna be interesting, bro. I can't wait for that. One of these days, I want to just sit in and just watch y'all work, like because I really fuck with the vibe, the energy, bro. Like, and
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I definitely want to just like, even if you already got a guest lined up, like, just like let me know whatever. I want to support y'all, and I really want to support y'all any way I possibly can, dog. Like, you can send me stuff to to share and promote, like whatever it may be, like. And the goal is to turn this into our moneymaker, right? How can exactly? How can
I'm a human being? Yeah.
No, you're right.
Like I'd rather do this, but I love to do this. I love this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not even making no money. And you know how you really love something because you put your money out to fund it and do everything that you gotta do, and you're not getting shit back. So that's how you know you really love something. And I can tell that Jay love this shit. I love this shit. I know you love this shit. Yeah. So it's like, to ask me, would I mind doing this for the rest of my life if I can get paid, respectfully, or nice, or whatever you want to call it? Shit, yeah.
Exactly. Because like, if I can make if I ain't gonna lie, because for me personally, I mean, I got high aspirations for myself. Don't get it twisted, but I'm not too concerned with being the best. I'm concerned with being the best version of me.
That's where people get messed up at because they want to be, I want to be number one. No, if I can maximize my abilities and what I can do with this podcast shit, and at the end of the day, I get paid, I live comfortably, then so be it. God bless. I'm good.
Exactly. Yeah. And The money start coming in when you get sponsors, advertisers. Like you start getting that. That's where you reach another level. And the thing is though, it's important to probably try to lock in with up and coming brands like yourself, up and coming businesses or whatever that don't really have, maybe a platform to get their stuff out. But once you start having like a legit following, then at that point you can say, hey, listen, I got a podcast and I generate this amount of views on average. Like I was thinking about maybe, you got sponsored a podcast, I promote to our business and, so on and so forth. And we eat together. Y'all, exactly. Y'all get a surge in business and, so on and so forth. I eat on my end, however we work that out. But like, it always begin on betting on yourself, bro. Like, have you always had this energy about betting on yourself?
I always had the energy about betting on myself. Now, I'm not big on like jumping out there and, what I'm saying, going on a limb or nothing like that. Like, just taking my bread and just go live in a train and nothing like that. I ain't into that. But betting on yourself, I think I always bet on myself with anything that I got or accomplished in my life so far, bro. I always bet on myself. And I've been a winner so far for the most part. You know what I'm saying? So I think I always had that energy. Even with this, bro, like, I didn't know how this shit was going to work. Because like I said, me and Jay hadn't really been around each other for years. But somehow this shit worked. So I was a bet on myself right there. Betting on us, actually. But yeah, you know what I mean?
For sure. And that start with just being willing. Because there's a lot of people scared to do that. It's a lot of people scared to just take an idea because they too worried about rather what the next man, next woman gonna say about it. You what is it? Paralysis by analysis. Like you get too caught up in what other people feel about you.
Yeah, that's always a bad trait right there.
So like,
and it's funny. Like I just got tired. Like, bro, I would worked on the phones and stuff like that, and people would be like, "Man, you got a voice for radio, man. You sound great." You know what I'm saying? Women saying all types of goofy shit. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, yo, man, like I really need to let my voice be heard. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I really feel about all of this, bro. If you feel like you got something to say, go out there and say it. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta let it out verbally, though. The internet don't, the internet typing and all that. It's not always the best way. But if you got a voice, let it be heard, man. Especially as young brothers, man. We gotta do that. We gotta do that.
Yeah, I feel like it's funny you said the internet, right? Because a lot of the times people be having these microwave ideas, these microwave points they try and make. And all the time I say to myself, that's a topic meant for a long form conversation. That's a topic meant for a podcast. Too often we make these black and white generalized statements just for likes or just to go viral. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the part I hate about social media. The fact that you got too many people out here just trying to be clever instead of being correct.
That's deep. Trying to be clever instead of correct. You see that all the time, bro. That's why all this drama be happening. I don't even know how to, people don't even know how to talk. They don't know how to talk about or to people. So that's always going to, start problems.
Niggas don't know how to express themselves.
Especially, like I say, young brothers between the ages of teenagers to now, to where we are. Like, we got to learn how to express ourselves, It's good to have emotion, you know what I'm saying? We all should have emotion. Don't let nobody ever tell you that you shouldn't. But you got to learn how to channel that, you know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest problem, and that's why people shoot each other every day. They don't know how to channel their emotions. That's one of the reasons, I should say. So I think we just got to work on that as a community, as a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? Check on your brothers, all that good stuff.
Yeah, for sure. And like, in this podcasting game, like it gives you an opportunity to really, not just vent, but you really sharing your essence with the people. Like you really bearing your soul at times, depending on what y'all talking, depending on what the topic is, you know what I'm saying? You might find yourself really going down a rabbit hole, like, damn, like I wasn't even trying to go that deep, but the vibe was just taking me there. And what I learned through this podcasting game is you gotta just follow the rules sometimes. So you may not know where you're going, but you gotta just rock with it, like. And like I said, you find yourself sharing stuff you don't want to share. So I feel like a lot of young brothers, maybe they need to lock in on maybe there needs to be more podcasts out there, like, because a lot of brothers really not getting to that point of they of their mental or internally where they really at peace with themselves and they just bottling everything up, but they don't know how to express themselves. They don't know how to get a point out. Or all they know how to do is have a shootout. Like, it's crazy to me. Like, it's especially Philly, especially Philly, the city just seemed like the city just seemed like it's just up in arms, like, and it's just the average. Back in the day, it used to be simple things you could do outside. You ain't gotta worry about nothing happening. Like, now it's like you barely safe in your crib because somebody.
You gotta carry your joint to the poppy store. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And I listen, like, full transparency. Like, I keep it on me, bro. Like, I don't play those games, bro. I keep it.
Yeah.
I'm tight, paperwork tight and all that, but like I keep it, bro.
Gotcha. Bro, I was struggled for a while because I wasn't trying to be on that tight time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was I ain't gonna say anti, but I just on the tight time. Like, I seen how guns change people. You know what I'm saying? But I try to stay away from it for a long time. But after last year, I was like, nah.
It's funny you said that. It do change people though. It do.
Yeah.
And what I learned about myself actually is I'm more lenient with people now. Like I'm more, especially outside. Like it's just cause I treat that shit like it's the power. You got the power of God in your hand, damn near. You got the power to save. You got the power to save a life. You got the power to take one, and that's not something to take light. And that's not something to play with. That's not something to play with. And I take it very seriously. Like, I take it very seriously. Being a gun owner, like, because you got to protect the household. You got to protect self. But you got to make sure that the goal was to never have to use it. That's the goal.
Yeah. And that's
going to the range, another thing. But the goal was never to use it.
Keep it trigger happy, you know what I'm saying? And I look at it like, man, at this point, like, you're not even, if you got one on you, nobody's supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? Keep it concealed. You know what I'm saying? Now, if it get down to something where you have to do something, that's different. But everybody in their mind not supposed to know. You know what I'm saying? But people be having their looking at you, like,
trying to make a statement. It's not even like that. Like, it's funny. It's funny you said that. I think I was at a cookout or something, and my man ain't give a fuck. And I'm like, I understand you making a statement, bro. I mean, like, little do you know, I got mine too, nigga. Like, so, like, but it's like, it's important to keep that joint, like, just, it ain't for everybody. Like, ain't nothing wrong with saying you're a gun owner, but nobody got to know you got that joint on you all the time. Like, it's literally called a concealed carry permit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
exactly. So, you know what I mean? But, like, speaking about how crazy the world been, I feel like being trapped due to the pandemic gave people a lot of time to, like, figure out their next move. You know what I'm saying? You got people that was able to figure out their next move. You got some people who, I'll put it like this. I realized that the pandemic either brought the best out of you or the worst out of you. And I seen a lot of the worst out of people, but I also seen the best. I came out of it with Chalk It Up, my sports content. Y'all came out of it with the Big Steppa Podcast. Like, how do you feel like you've been navigating through this pandemic? Through business, family. Like, how has the pandemic been treating you?
That's a good question. I'm gonna be brutally honest with you too. In the beginning, it had my mental shot, bro. Like, so I started off from the top. I remember when we first, like, got sent home from work and we couldn't go back to work. I thought it was gonna be cool, but man, bro, I never had this much time on my hands in my life. Like, I always been like a bull. Like, I go to work and I don't go right home type bull. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm out and about in the streets or whatever. Not doing nothing bad, but I just didn't like to be in the crib. You know what I'm saying? So when I had to be in the crib, you know what I'm saying, I just started doing stuff that's uncharacteristic of me. Like, even with my situation with my lady and stuff like that, I was just doing stuff that I wouldn't normally do. And instead of, like, doing the right thing, which is talking about it and stuff like that, I allow myself to, go out and not do anything but say stuff and entertain stuff that I shouldn't have been entertaining. So that was like the first half of the pandemic, in which, although I'm not gonna say I wasn't happy with my situation, but I just was doing dumb shit. Like that's the only way I can put it, bro. And I ain't even blame nobody else but myself. But I had never been to a point where I was like, damn, like I don't got shit to do. Like, well, let me do this. So in the beginning, it was, a little different. We had just moved into a crib. It was a crazy, switch up. I'm just in the crib every day. I work from home. I'm in the crib. Like, where am I gonna go? I go out with her. I got my homies come through. But like I said, bro, it was a tough transition. Now going back to 2021, once like I had the podcast thing set up. So we started in January. That's when we found out that what we was gonna do. We got our name and everything. So we was like, all right, we're gonna drop in the springtime. But once I got that in my mind, even though I was going through my situation with the breakup and all that, I knew that this podcast shit was going to have me feeling great. So it saved my mind, because if I ain't had nothing going on, I probably would have fell into a little track. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a weak-minded individual, but it probably would have been a little harder to, move forward. You know what I'm saying? So since I had this helped me a lot, man. I knew I had something to look forward to. And, bro, like, other than that situation, the pandemic has been pretty cool to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to complain. I got my mind right now, bro. I'm feeling healthy. Everything is going north. I'm gonna say north. So the pandemic, it started off a little shaky, mentally. Yeah. But now I'm at a good space.
Right. I feel you on that, because at first, when we got the notification that everything's shutting down or whatever, thank God I was still able to receive a paycheck. I'm gonna say that, like, thank God, like. A blessing ain't the word. Like, it was just because you got so many people that really things ain't gonna be the same for them in a while.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I don't think human interaction gonna ever be the same. You seeing commercials with masks now? That's like, that's the norm. I feel like we in China. In China they've been wearing masks for the longest just because. Like, I feel like it's never going to be a wave where mask is just not a thing. Like, now it's just a part of culture. It's a part of swag now. It's a part of the lay. It's a part of just how we is a mask mandated. Is a mask mandated in this restaurant, or like, just, I ain't gonna lie. Sometimes, like, when I don't feel comfortable all the time not having a mask, bro. It's crazy. Like, and I don't know, man. Like I said, the interactions with people ain't really been the same. I feel like people been a lot more reactive because they've been so cooped up in the crib. They've been so tied down. Now that the leash been on for so long. Now that you let everybody off the leash, it just seemed like people just acting crazy. Like, I think about that situation in Jersey where the white boy was going crazy at the African boy front porch. Just calling them all kinds of rape and all racist, nigger, monkey, da da da. I'm like, yo, now granted, race has always been around. That ain't going to change, really. But I'm watching this video and I'm like, damn. Like, just people just got this battery in their back. And
once you hit it, it's over.
Yeah. And like I said, I just feel like interactions ain't been the same. Like, even in restaurants, like, things ain't really been the same. Like, people been real impatient. People been real impatient with service now. Granted, all these places, they short staff. You can't get a motherfucker to work at Wawa. Like, people got their PPP loans, their PUAs. Like, it's a whole another monster out here now. A lot of people have figured out, I don't need this big corporation. I can do this on my own. You know what I'm saying? I can make money like this. Now, I'm not encouraging nobody to do the PPP unless you got a business for real. But, like, because it was niggas going crazy in Dubai, like just going crazy in Miami and Puerto Rico, drawing.
Yeah, like, even when I think about that, I be like, damn, like, all these people got away with this, bro. I ain't getting none of it. But then I be like, no, man.
The boys is coming. Don't get it twisted. The boys is coming. They catching people. The boys is coming. Like, don't get it twisted. Like, it's literally people thinking that shit's sweet. They gonna get that. They get that letter in the mail. They gonna get that knock at the door. You know what I'm saying? But
I don't want that.
Yeah. We don't need that issue. But yeah, like, that issue with the ball. going crazy on the ball on an African man porch, snapping, calling all kind of racist monkeys, and then the white boy had the nerve to say, I was drunk and I'm not racist, not my character. The cops gave my man full license to act the fool. Like cops standing there looking at him like just letting him rock. Like it's crazy. My man thought he was invincible.
Well, I mean, when you're drunk, that's when the truth come out, don't it?
That liquid courage. That liquid courage.
That's how he really felt. I mean,
and then he so-called been doing this like crazy all throughout the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody in the neighborhood done heard about Boul, know about Boul. They've been trying to get him out of the neighborhood for the longest. Like, but a racist going racist. Like,
going racist as much as they can.
Yeah, for sure, bro. For sure. But yeah, like I want to transition to some of these topics that you had touched base on earlier before we got started. I was reading this article. The governor of Illinois signed a bill banning law enforcement from lying to minors during interrogations. Now that's huge. That's the first state ever to implement something like this, and it's supposed to take effect January 1st, 2022. What's your thoughts on that initially?
Initially, I thought a little crazy. I'm like, dang, that's what's up. But in the real world, like for something like that, right? Because sometimes when they lie during them interrogations, people be telling and doing stuff that, so it's a little tricky, bro. I would say this, them bringing that law down, it will save some lives because maybe, I don't want to say it like this, maybe it's less telling. And then, people, when people tell on other people, they end up, stuff happens. So if it's less of that, then maybe it's less killings also. I think they're doing the right thing. I think they might have the right idea. Hopefully it works out because, first of all, most of these killings is from the younger dudes anyway. So that's where it needs to start at. Like you said, interrogation of kids. That's where most of the drama's starting at now. So for them to, make that law, I think it's going to benefit them. I hope so. I don't know, but I really hope so. And it's Illinois. Like, I don't know how the crime is out there, but if it was Philly,
we're in Chicago out there, so you know how that go.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry, Chicago. I'm tripping. Yeah, never mind. Ridiculous.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, I guess I looked at it like it's a lot of people. It's a lot of innocent people in jail, right? It's a lot of people. It's a lot of people that get violated it's a lot of people that get violated by the police, specifically minors, because the law is really for minors. It's a lot of minors that get violated by the police, get picked up, taken downtown, whatever it may be, and they get coerced into these confessions. You think about the Exonerated Five or the formerly known Central Park Five. Shout out to Ava DuVernay. Allowing their voice to be heard, and when they see us, you think about something like that.
Right.
And shout out to the Innocence Project as well. The Innocence Project is an organization that specializes in getting innocent, people that are innocent of crimes, but they doing major time for it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because maybe wrong place at the wrong time. You know what I'm saying? But you think about how many minors get violated. Just maybe walking in the wrong street, the wrong time, just because you look like somebody. You know what I'm saying? That could have been me. Like me going to the store for my mom. Next thing you know, I come out the store, cops rushing in. They try to say I robbed the joint. I'm like, I just got his candy, get some milk.
Right.
That's how
it would go down, especially back then, man. They was treacherous with it.
Yeah.
Like just imagine if you talk about the five. Say if they couldn't do that, if that law was in place then they probably would have never went to jail. Because all they did really was put words in their mouths and have them lying and shit about stuff that they never, indulged in. So
lying about niggas they didn't even know.
Yeah, like every time I saw it twice, I had to watch it twice because that was one of them.
I couldn't. Yeah. I couldn't. It was too. I definitely only watched it on once. Too heavy.
It was heavy, bro. It was. I watched it with my mom the second time.
Gotcha.
So yeah. But yeah, I feel your sentiments on that, bro. Hopefully it helps rather than hurt. I think it will because they don't, especially for Illinois, Chicago, and all that. It's crazy in the mud out there. It's crazy here, but Chicago was the one.
Yeah, for sure. And my thing is, with the cops, if like interrogate them all you want, but it gotta be it gotta be based off what you know. It gotta be based off fact. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit there and be like, hey, yeah, we got your homie. He ratted on you, this and the third. They're like, wait, what? So it's just they just be creating it prevents the police from creating or weaving these webs of lies and creating narratives that put people that look like us in weird positions. And as a young boy, you 12, 13, just trying to go home. They say, yeah, you're going to go home. Just stay out here and tell us what happened. But little do you realize the cop don't seal your fate. You still got to go in front of them judges. So whatever they tell you, take it with a grain of salt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you're right. You're damn right about that. That's interesting, bro. Damn. I don't know. They probably never passed that law here, though. But I'm glad somebody got it. That'll be the example.
Yeah. Yeah. And then when you think about it, like the fact that they passed in Illinois with Chicago wet, Pennsylvania got to be on the docket. Like, because I think New York next. New York is on pace to moving in that direction.
Right. So we up there as far as the killing. So
we up there. We got to be top 5, especially in the past few years. We got to be top 5, and I don't wear that like a badge. Like, it was just a shooting on Scepter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like, when I read that, I was like, damn.
Like you on the bus, you got a late shift probably on your way home, like just on the bus, probably just nodding. All of a sudden you hear pow, 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 pow. You like, whoa. I was reading the article. They said the bus, they said my man slammed on the brakes, opened the doors, and people just was going. Like, as he should. Like, and one person got hit. I think they're still in critical condition. But it occurred around 1 a.m. on Thursday. Early this morning.
Yeah.
Broad and Chestnut though. That's a block from City Hall.
Right. Yeah. Damn, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's what I'm saying. Though. We in a position now as a society where people don't care where they at. They letting it go.
Like, how do you shoot at somebody on the bus, bro? It's not even no space for nobody to run, do nothing. Like, it's just crazy, man. Like, yo, if I was them people that was on that bus, bro, I would never. I don't know. I would never get on that bus again, man. I gotta find another way. Something.
Right. You get traumatized by saying shit like that. Like, it's
man. That's how kids get traumatized. Grown ups do too. Adults do too. You know what I'm saying, you just on the bus, somebody just get shot up. You're like, yo, what the fuck? Boy, bleeding. Like, yo, crazy, man.
Right. And they said it was 15 people on the bus. Right. The cops said they can't get nobody to come in and testify or be a witness. I don't blame them niggas. I don't blame them.
How can you? Like, I don't want nothing to do with that.
I was running. Like, I don't know who I was trying to hit a beeline.
Yeah, I don't know if you ever like been in the area when somebody been shot or whatever. I have, and it's just straight up panic mode. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're a young boy. Like, when you're an adult, it's probably different. I haven't been around that since I've been an adult. But growing up as a kid, shit was going on like that. Man, it's straight panic mode. All you hear is one, you gone. Like, I don't know nothing. I ain't see nothing. All I heard was gunshots, and I left. I don't know nothing about nothing else. So you can't be mad at the people if they don't want to testify.
That's what I'm saying.
Did Boul pass away?
Not that I know of. Nothing so far said that he passed away, but they said he was shot. I think they said he was shot in the chest. He was in critical condition. He made it to the hospital. I don't think they're releasing nothing saying he passed away, but I mean, I don't know how Boul was living or whatever, but I hope he make it so he can, find redemption. But man, it's just, it got to be a different way, bro. It got to be a different way for our people to really get our point across. Like,
people don't know how to talk, man. Like, me and you sitting here talking right now, we just don't know how to have a conversation. And that's the biggest problem to me. Like, number one problem, niggas don't know how to talk to each other. We walk down the street, we mean mugging. We mean mugging this dude. I'm in the car, you mean mugging the dude that's walking down the block. Like, why you mean mugging him? What you do to you? We all brothers at the same, you know what I'm saying? That's just some real stuff that somebody did something to you. There should be no reason for none of that, man.
Yeah. It's so funny you say that, right? Because I don't be I ain't got no ill will towards nobody. I'm doing too good emotionally, mentally, spiritually, like, you know, business wise. I'm doing all right. So I ain't got time to have no ill will towards the next man. But you know, at the same time, it's like a lot of these young boys, they done accumulated so many ops. Like it's crazy. Like they think everybody knows somebody, and they just on go all the time. All the time.
I will agree with that. All the time. Like I was living in Southwest, bro. I'd be sitting there clear as day. Like, yo, what is going on? Actually, you know, you see the news, it's a young boy. Like, yo, what is up with these young boys? They're too aggressive, man. You can't even, and it's like somebody our age, like we can't even say nothing to them because it's like, and they ain't gonna fight you. They gonna, you know what I'm saying? They trying to pull their gun out on you.
Yeah. Like yo, fuck you say your head? Like what? Oh, like damn, like I'm just trying to show you a better way.
Yeah. Main thing, you should be coming to me for some guidance, my little nigga. You know what I'm saying? But you know that's how you want to carry. Do what you gotta do. But I ain't dying for you. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. Y'all mentioned it on the Street Justice episode. Like, what can you really say to these young boys? Like, what can you say when young boy mom strung out, dad booked, living with grandma too old to keep up with him? That's typically the narrative for a lot of these young boys. Like,
it's like I try to take young boys under the wing, bro. I've been doing that since high school. You know, certain dudes that went to Saw. Oh, you my young boy. Well, not like that, but you know what I mean? Like, I just gravitate towards them, make sure they're always good to this day, you know what I'm saying? So I was, you know, I look into stuff like that. I did the coaching shit, you know what I'm saying, with the young boys. Take them under the wing, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know what's going on at home. But, you know, when it gets to the street stuff, it's like sometimes it be too late. Like,
I can't say you play.
If somebody already out here killing people, what can you say? Yo, stop killing people. Like, nigga, why I kill you? You know what I'm saying? So, it's crazy, bro. Like, yo, young boys are starting earlier and earlier. Like, it don't be that. It still be, you know, killings from our age and dudes older, but most of these joints be young boys. I'm like, damn, man.
Bro, I be seeing stories about young boys shooting up kids' birthday parties and shit. Like, it's crazy.
Like no morals, no nothing. Like the code is no code, no nothing, bro. We shoot women, we shoot kids, we shoot grandmas. It don't matter who you shoot, you just shoot. I'm the furthest from an agreement with that. Like dudes are shooting each other from 100 feet away. Like what are you expecting to hit if you're that far away? Like I'm not promoting shooting at each other in the first place, but I'm saying like you're gonna shoot at somebody. Like damn, can you be in close proximity? That's how you shooting kids by accident.
To your point. Yeah. They shooting niggas from 100 feet away. They scared to get close to their op. They scared to have that up close and personal. And again, we not encouraging this shit, but I'm just saying, like, just think about the way society is now, right? We in this Twitter finger society where people are able to shoot shots from a distance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? There's no upfront repercussions. People saying stuff to people that they would know they wouldn't ever say to their face. So that's how niggas treating these guns. Niggas shooting tweets and like
I don't know what to say it.
It's crazy, bro. It's crazy. And I really pray for my people all the time. A lot of niggas crash dummies out here. Crash dummies.
Crash dummies, dog. Crash dummies. And I look at it like, bro, like even when I wouldn't go back 10 years ago, you know, when I was probably graduating high school. Like you can start, that's around the time when dudes started to get guns or whatever. But we wasn't shooting nobody, man. We still get our rumble on in high school. When I was in high school, we still getting our rumble on.
Yeah.
Now, no, man. What? You said what? I'll be right back.
Back in the day, you know what it was? Niggas like, yo, meet me at the Whistle Hicken. Meet me at the Whistle.
The Whistle was a treacherous place, man.
Bro, man. I got tried at the Whistle. Them niggas was hating on me bad. Like, I'm just minding my business. I'm a freshman. Got my headphones on, listening to my iPod. You know, I'm minding my business. Like, you know what I'm saying? One boy walking up to me, tried me, saying, "Yo, bro, run that shit." I'm like, me being me. I'm like, "Excuse me, what?"
Right.
He looked hesitant. He like, "Yo, bro, just give me the iPod, bro." I'm like, "Nigga, no." Like, I'm approaching like, "Nigga, I don't know you. Fuck you, no." Little do I know. he walked back behind me. But little do I know, I turn around, see, I'm like, yo, who is this nigga? I see who, I'm like, yo, this nigga got all these niggas with these white polos and these navy blue dickies, all these Roxborough niggas. Damn, like, what button did I just push? So one of the boys was like, man, I don't give a fuck. I'll sock your more right now. I'm looking like, the fuck? But mind you, at that time, I ain't really ever been in those situations because I always been cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I always like even in my own hood, like never really been tried because the hood, people know you live in that hood. People know your mom. I ain't never had no situation. I go to high school. When niggas from Roxborough, niggas and Saw, niggas from different parts of the city. So I'm like, oh, this can't be life, yo. So I'm like, all right, how am I going to exit stage left? So I'm trying to ease to another side of the west. Boul. So I see them low key trying to follow me. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to drop my shit and just let it go. So at that point, somebody snuck me, but they missed me. I just felt all this wind come behind my head. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm like, it's happening for real. Like, bro, I lied to you not, bro. I will never forget this day. I'm like, oh, this shit really happening. So they tried to swing on me a couple times. I'm like, no, this ain't happening. Niggas missing everything. So all of a sudden, I feel somebody pull me. Yeah. Ryan. That was my girl, Ryan Mathis.
Yeah.
Ryan pulled me like, yo, bro, we out. I remind you, I don't know Ryan at all, bro. I'm a freshman.
Freshman, yeah.
I don't know this boy at all. He dragged me on I don't know what bus it was. It was a 65. That's not even my bus, bro. He said, yo, bro, we out. He pulled me on a 65. And like door closed. I'm like, yo, this shit really happened to me. I'm in shock. Like, I'm like, yo, because I ain't never been that boy to cause no issues, attract no issues. But it just made me realize that some niggas just see a mark and they gonna take it. But from that day on, I'm like, yo, Ryan, my nigga, bro. If you listen to John, shout out to Ryan Mathis, bro. That's my man for life, bro. He probably don't even realize what he did for me that day. But from that day on forward, I just I approached my preparation on a whole nother level. Like I start sparring and shit, start working out. Like I start taking my shit serious, like because I'm like, yo, I can't allow myself to be violated like that again. Like, it's a lot of young niggas violating other young niggas because they just feel like they can. Speak on that energy. Like, what do you think that should come from?
It comes from just don't have nobody to tell them or show them the way, bro. Like I went through it, bro. Like, granted, I never got swung on. I didn't get swung on. I had situations when I've been at the West, though, bro. I'm doing like this. I'm ready. Like, I'm ready to do whatever. You know what I'm saying? But I managed to make out good. Like, I didn't see niggas get chased. I didn't see a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, most of my shit in high school, even though Roxborough hated us, but most of my joints was like, when I got to high school in 9th grade, we was rumbling the 12th graders. So that was like a whole nother. I'm 14. I'm rumbling a nigga that's about to be 17, 18. You know what I'm saying? I'm holding it down. You know what I'm saying? But not even like the even speak good about that. But just in high school, it changes everything. And when you're in another part of the city, bro, I don't know. Like, come on, man. Where you from, bro?
I'm from North, 23rd and Diamond.
Exactly. See, I'm in the area. So you from North and you going up Roxborough. You know what I'm saying? I don't know these niggas. You right. From North. I'm from Southwest, bro. I'm going from Southwest to Roxborough to go to high school. I don't, you know what I'm saying? I'm from the hood. Trust me, I'm from the gutter. But at the same time, I had good people around me, so I was like a balanced kid. So
same.
Trouble, but
yeah, like we grew up where we grew up at, but it didn't make us for real. Like, cause I grew up in the projects, Raymond Rosen projects, like right in there. Like, and it was crazy because like you said, you know how to hold your own, but me, like speaking for myself, like, yeah, I know how to hold my own, but I was more so in shock than anything. I'm like, yo, because it was my first situation. Somebody tried me. I'm like, damn, like this happened to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So at that point I said, no, I got to be ready at all times. And I think that's where the grizzly come from with niggas. Niggas get violated once and they'll never want to allow it to happen again. Because like you said you be at the West. You said you should be at the West, just ready, have that joint just
hey, ready, listen, bro.
And from that point on, I was ready. From that point on, I never play music while I'm at bus stops. From that point on, because I was too comfortable. From that point on, bro, I never played music at a bus stop again. I had the headphones in my ear, but I was just listening to every conversation, bro.
That's how you had to be, bro. Especially like people think like you went to Saul, you ain't go through nothing. Listen, man, we had them niggas, man. Them niggas acting crazy. You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like a every once in a while thing. Like every chance they got, they was trying somebody, bro. Like I told a nigga one time, yo, you ain't doing shit to me. I told a nigga to his face, told him that I was with a 12th grader, matter of fact. Me and him together, I was always cool with, dudes that was older. So I'm like, you ain't gonna do shit to me, and he ain't do nothing. And that's just how I carried it, bro. Like if you wanna indulge, if you think that you're gonna get one off of me and it ain't nothing gonna happen, listen, the nigga that swings first is going down first. I'm gonna put all my might into that first punch. And then everybody else says that, hey. But I never started trouble, bro. I just, I was one of those dudes that defended myself. And most of my like physical altercations with people is because I was taking up for somebody. Like most of the time it was like, yo, my man 5'2", why are you messing with him, bro? You know what I'm saying? What the fuck is you doing? You know what I'm saying? So most of my stuff was because of other people. Nobody ever really was like, yo, this nigga dub. A couple people probably thought that, but they never acted on it. But yeah, bro, just these young boys out here, man, they, like you said, bro, some of them get tested one time. They listening to this music. They on drugs. They see they pop or mom or whoever doing stuff in their family. They want to be like them. And that shit just go to their head, bro. And it's just like, you walking around like that, young boy, your life expectancy is low. It's getting lower and lower because like niggas are dying too young, bro. Why are you getting shot at 16 because you was out in the street? Like, it just don't make sense. And everybody that does this stuff don't have a bad family at home. Not everybody. Some dudes just make these crazy decisions.
That'd be the worst shit. That'd be the worst shit. Niggas got a mom and dad at home. Somebody. It's the worst. That's the worst, bro. That's the worst. But you spoke on like, how y'all used your class used to rumble the 12th graders when y'all first came in, right? And it's funny because when I came in, because you graduated, you said at 11, right?
Yeah, I'm 11. What, you 13, right?
Yeah, I'm 13. So when I came in, you was a junior. I'm a freshman. It's funny because your class, in my opinion, clearly that energy that y'all was facing when you was freshmen was beginning to phase itself out. Because y'all class, in my humble opinion, I ain't never had no problems with nobody in y'all class. As a matter of fact, it's funny. I remember to this day because when I first in high school, I'm like, all right, I don't know how niggas moving. Let me just stay in my lane, pay attention, so on and so forth. So I get on the charter one day. And it was the 446. I get on the charter. And I hear Kev. Kev was like, yo, your name AJ, right? I'm like, no. But like my family called me AJ though. My family called me AJ, right? So when he said, yo, you AJ, right? I'm like, this is how this should start. I'm like, no. Like, I'm like, no. He said, bro, like, your mom work at the dentist, right? I said, oh yeah, what's up? He said, yeah, bro, like your mom. He said, yeah, bro, I met your mom at the dentist. I met your mom at the dentist. She was working on my teeth, this, that, and the third. Like, yo, bro, like, she told, I ain't know, like, y'all, you went to this school, so like, I'm gonna look out for you, bro. Like, she thorough. She told me you go here, so I was looking for you for the past couple of days, but like, I got you, bro. You solid. You ain't gotta worry about nothing. I'm like, what? Bro, from that day on, Saul was sweet.
And that's crazy, bro. It's a big difference between us. I'm not going like it wasn't all the 12 graders because some of them niggas was cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like some of them I'm cool with today, but certainly there's a few. But it's like the way that we had been through it, bro. Like I think we probably went through it more than anybody. Like nobody. And I was like, after they tried us, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we had niggas in our grade that just wasn't backing down. So, like, they tried us and they fell at the end of the day. So it's like, once we got to y'all, I'm like, I'm not on that type time. Like, I love these little niggas. They go to Saul. We supposed to be family, dog. Like,
that's how I saw it. I'm like, we were the same school. Do that to them Roxborough niggas. Like, we go to the same school.
Exactly. Like,
that's
don't
how I
have
felt
that
about
energy for us. Had that energy for them dudes at Roxborough. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tristan was my first young boy. That's my first young boy to this day. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Tristan. That's my man. Shout out to Tristan. It's my
Always.
bro.
That was my first young boy. It's like I felt like I took him under the wing. I used to call him. He used to mess with me. Say that's my protege back in the day. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I took him under the wing, and you know that was we was always together to this day. You know, we still like this. You know what I'm saying? So I looked at y'all as y'all go to Saul. Y'all cool. Y'all was cool, man. Cool as shit. And the class after y'all was cool. They was cool too.
Yeah.
I never had no problems with underclassmen. So it's like I embraced y'all. That's all I could do. What else am I going to do? Any other way, I look like a dummy.
Yeah, like it's funny you said that, man. That shit just always look crazy. Like, you always look weird picking up somebody smaller than you or younger than you. Like, it just look weird. Like, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, bro. Shout out to Kev, bro. Kev, a real one. I remember that day like it was yesterday. My man said, "Yo, bro, Kev was like, you good, but don't worry about nothing." Oh yeah.
12th grade. I mean, 9th grade. Yeah, we was in that thing together, bro. He's not backing down from these 12th grade niggas. You know what I'm saying? It was part of a growing process, something that we had to go through. Like, bro, it got to the point where the big fight. We had a big fight, and my pop had to come to the school. And I told you the type of time my pop was on. My pop was, you know what I'm saying? It was down with them boys back in the day, or whatever you want to call it. And he wasn't always in his right mind. So this time in particular, I get suspended or whatever. And he bring me back for reinstatement. He like, yo, where main man at? He want me to rumble ball. He like, yo, you put your hand on my son again. I'm gonna have an 18-year-old come you up. he said just like that. Everybody in the office was like, sir. I'm like, oh, chill, pop. I thought I was going to throw hands at the ball. But like stuff, no, bro. Saul's crazy, man. People thinking like nothing go on there. Shit be going on, man. I'm not trying to, praise it or nothing like that. Like, I ain't saying no names, man. I'm just let this story right real quick. Remember we played Roxborough on ball. I think I was in 12th or 11th grade. So you know how Roxborough act. So we was ready, bro. A nigga brung a pump, bro, to the game. Nigga brung a pump. No bullshit. Nigga brung a pump to the game, bro. And a big ass duffel. And we knew what was going on. I don't know if he was going to use it or whatever, but the nigga had that pump on him and we felt secure.
He said we felt secure.
Yeah, y'all see that? And ain't no tennis racket in that joint either, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I never forget that.
My man had a fucking
on the shoulder like this. I'm like, yeah. I ain't know nothing about guns at the time either. I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, all right. I'm like, yeah, okay.
We rolling with you, baby.
Bro, that's wild, bro. That's wild, but like, that's sometimes that's the vibe, man. You gotta protect yourself these days, like, especially when you don't know what niggas capable of, like, you go into they turf or however you want to put it. You know what I'm saying? But but let's shift gears from this dark shit, bro. Like, we reminisce a little bit about Saul and say, we talk about the glory days, like, but like, let's talk about some music a little bit. So Pop Smoke album coming out, and I always feel a little weird about posthumous projects. Like, what's your thoughts about that?
It's weird. It's weird. Like, the first one was weird enough, although I liked it. It's like,
I liked. In all fairness, it was cool. I like that joint, but I always feel weird about them joints.
And when you just start adding more and more, it's like, all right, now you had the one joint. What's going on? I don't get it.
Yeah, because it's hard for me to really give an honest opinion.
Yeah, I looked at the track list and everything. I'm looking at it again right now. Look at the track list. You got good people on there, but bro, I don't know.
Right, it's loaded with features. Loaded.
Like, where y'all getting these verses from? They just picking these songs apart and putting them in places. Like, I don't be understanding. They did the same thing with the Legends.
Bro, I really be, because like I like to give my opinion on music, right? But when it's a posthumous project, it's hard for me to really give it an honest critique because, I want to show, I don't want to ever speak ill of the dead. You feel what I'm saying? Like, rest in paradise to Pop Smoke. You know what I'm saying? And then like my whole thing is the label the label's still eating off you when you gone, when you're in the dirt. My whole thing is if the label eating, family better be eating just as much. Yeah. Seriously, like same thing when X album came out. I actually like X album though. I actually like that
Like it
joke.
was nice.
But like the family better be eating. Juice WRLD about to drop another project. Like, huh? Like my man died like what? He died like 2 years ago, right? Like a year or so, like a year or two ago, and it's like, damn, like what's the? I don't know where they be finding these verses, bro. I don't know where to be finding. I don't know if they be. I don't know where to be. If they be deconstructing old verses and just crafting them and like mixing them. Like, I don't know what they be doing.
Listen, bro, I'd be lost in the sauce, man. Trust me, I'd be lost.
Yeah,
But you know, we're gonna tune in, of course.
For sure.
I was a Pop Smoke fan. I was sick when he passed. He was a dub, man. Like he had so much potential. Like he was killing this shit. But you know, shit like that just don't stop, bro. Just don't stop.
Yeah, definitely. But like you said, I'm looking forward to that joint too. Like, you know, Pop Smoke always had the energy, so I'm just curious how they're gonna try to, you know, replicate that energy if they can. You know, of course you can't. Like, just the man energy was who he was. Like he said, like he said on what song? I forget what song it was, but he said, "I'm giving nothing but energy."
Energy was for sure. Energy was for sure.
Invincible. That's what it was.
I didn't even know that it was coming out till you just sent it to me earlier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I didn't even know. Like literally, bro, I didn't know nothing about it. That's crazy. And I'm a music guy. I had no idea Pop Smoke had an album coming out. So he sent it. I'm like, oh shit. Let me scroll out. All right, well, it's something to listen to tomorrow. Hopefully, it sounds all right.
Right.
I like the first joint though. The first joint was nice and Into the Woo joint. So, hey, what can you say, man?
Right, for sure. How'd you feel about G Herbo project though? Because I ain't gonna hold you. In my humble opinion, G Herbo, I think lyrically he at his best right now. I personally think G Herbo at his best lyrically right now. Like I done listened to 25 front to back multiple times, and I'm a G Herbo fan. Like all the way back to Welcome to Phaso Land. Like I really been rocking with G Herbo for a while before the Chirac shit. Like, and I really believe he's at his best lyrically right now. When you think about the production he was picking on this project, like the production on this project is some of the best production he ever chose. Like it sound like he has some New York niggas in the studio with him. Like, that's just my opinion. What you think?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not the biggest G Herbo listener, but whenever he drop, I'll download it and I'll give it a listen. His last joint when he did the Kiss joint and all that, I felt that out. Yeah. But this joint, ain't gonna lie, he is spitting like. And I think the day I started, I think I was with Tristan. Matter of fact, he was playing that shit. I'm like, yo, man, I got to tune in, and I really tuned in since then. So I think this is a really good project for him. I think a lot of that stuff got to do with where you be at in your life too. That's sometimes when you're in a great place, you had a young boy, like that's when you make your greatest music, when you just happy as shit. Artists like rap artists and well, they say women singers they better when they hurt and shit. I ain't gonna get into that, but hey, rappers when they happy.
That's a whole other podcast. Like that joint for the Battle of the Sexes episode on Big Steppas. Make sure you go check that out too. Subscribe on YouTube to the Big Steppas.
Oh. Well, yeah, I like the project, bro. I like Herbo. I like Herbo as a dude too. Like he seemed like a thorough, young dude. So I like Herbo.
Right. And in hip hop years, like, cause he only 25. He just turned 25. Right. I'll be 27 this year. So it's like you think about it like that. It's like, damn, it seemed like he's been in the game for a while. Like the game age you as you in it. You know what I'm saying? People think you way older than what you is, but Urban doing this shit, he's like 17, 18. Like he definitely been showing longevity. A lot of people didn't think he was gonna still be here.
Oh. Out of Chicago, like he one of the most consistent dudes. You know what I'm saying? He ain't the best one to me, but he one of the more consistent dudes. Like Chief Keef was like one of the top dudes. I don't even know where he be bringing out no more.
Man, he got a cult following that you can't say that. You can't say nothing bad about Chief Keef to a Chief Keef fan. Like he got a core fan base that's just different. Like how some artists they gonna always eat because they got a core. You know what I'm saying? They got people that's always gonna look for them. That's how that's a Chief Keef fan base. It's like a cult, bro. They really believe this man. Like not saying he ain't who he say he is, but it's just they really live by this man. They live and die by Sosa. Like it's crazy.
That's crazy. It is, but I believe it, and I know it to be true. Shit, Marv Sosa. His first joint was a classic to me.
Definitely. You talk about the joint that he dropped on Atlantic, his first project, right? What was it called?
Long Live Sosa, something like that.
Oh, I was gonna say that, but I wasn't sure if that was it. Long Live Sosa. But yeah, man. You know, matter of fact, I was thinking about Core. Shout out to Core, man. Like
shout out to Core. Shout out to Core. It's all alumni. He graduated.
It's all alumni. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Core was a grade ahead of me, and he was a grade of New York.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. Shout out to Chauncey, like shout out to Core, man.
No,
for sure, man.
When we used to do the battles, we used to do battles and shit outside. Not me, but
right.
we used to battle and shit. You know, he used to call himself something else. I can't think of it. I think it was like Chunk or something like that.
Yeah,
something crazy. And
like shout out to him, man. His journey been crazy, man. The music just been getting, Core, honestly, one of my favorite rappers out of Philly right now, bro. He one of my favorite rappers. I really fuck with Core. Like, my little brother, he's 21. My little brother, he's 21. Nigga love Core, bro. I'm like, yo, bro, you know I went to high school with him, right? I'm like, bro, you know I went to high school with him, right? He said, you went to high school with Core, bro? I said, yeah, bro. I said, yeah. He been there for real. Like the shit he was talking about, like that was really him. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but like it's dope seeing people from our school just doing great, bro. It's dope, bro. It made that's shout out to Khalik. I'm talking to Khalik tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm bring him on the podcast. You know, I'm working, bro. I'm grinding. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's gonna be a good job. I'm looking forward to that. Shout out to Khalik, man. You know, shout out to his project that he just came out with. He was on MTV Jams. Shout out to Deep Water.
I was up bright and early for that, John. Yeah.
Shout out to the Hood Trophy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I fuck with Khalik heavy, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I keep that shit. I keep it all the way above. I give niggas their flowers, bro. Like, I was putting my young boy on Khalik yesterday. I was playing his joint Acting Bad off of Hood Trophy. Yeah. I'm like, bro, that's really it. Over there. Yeah. That's one of my favorite joints. He snapped on that joint, bro. Bro, the joint For the Win, his EP he dropped. That joint tough too.
For the Win, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's crazy because I thought Leak was done, man. And I don't know what happened. He got his hunger back. I think he's been snapping ever since, man. Not that he was sound like he didn't have the ability, but I just thought he just didn't want to rap no more.
Yeah, he was over.
He came back. And hey, man. Hopefully I get that good news one day soon. Like, yo, bro, they want me. So I can just give them his flowers some more.
Bro, for sure, man. Like, Acting Bad, not a rapper. Bro, he snapped on not a rapper.
Yeah.
He said, don't you try me like no fucking rapper. I'm like, okay. My man was popping his shit. I'm like,
my man mean what he say too. My man mean what he say.
For sure, bro. Shout out to him. Shout out to Fresco too, man. On Murder, they did their thing on that. Shout out to my man Kenny. You know, Baldy's Burgers. You know what I'm saying? I've been trying to get Kenny to get on. Like, bro, I used to always pop up on him when he was cooking out a Fresco kitchen. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I used to always pull up like, yo, bro, like I need a platter. I used to always, every time he had one, I was like, yo, I'm there. You know what I'm saying? Get the curly fries and all that. You know, but I said, bro, get that food truck, bro. You're gonna kill him. You're gonna kill him, bro. It's only a matter of time, though. I know he working. He gonna get it. I'm like, bro, Kenny, like you got something here, bro. You know what you're doing. Like, you got something.
Yeah, he do. So shout out to everybody, bro. I mean, that's a list, bro. Niggas in my grade. My man Maul. I don't know if he was there still when you was there, but my man Jamal. I don't want to say his last name, but Maul, he know who he is.
I feel you.
JYP. You know what I'm saying? He's doing the real estate shit. He killing it right now. I'm gonna have him on the pod soon. My man Damir, he coming up soon. Yo, I don't know if you know Damir, but he had cooked. My God, his shit look crazy. Like
Damir. That name sound familiar. Right. Damir, I know you talking about. I know you talking about Damir. I think I know exactly who you talking about. I know exactly who you talking about.
So he coming up real soon too, man. Definitely coming up real soon. So I mean, I'm just happy, bro. Like you look across the board for Saul folks, they can't say nothing about us, bro.
Yeah, bro. Like you said, man. It's so many people just doing their thing outside of Saul. Yeah. Like shout out to my man Marcus, aka King Breeze. He dropped his first single this week.
I just heard that joint the other day.
Bro, I ain't gonna lie. That joint a vibe. That joint sound good. Neither did I. I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. And I'm like, okay, it's a vibe. Like, you know what I'm saying? Sit back, roll out of this joint. I like this joint. Like, I was playing. Yeah, shout out to King Breeze, man. I'm trying to think who else doing their thing from Saul. Like, it's just man, shout out to everybody. It's a plethora of people that's doing their thing, man. I just want to show out to everybody. If I ain't say your name, man, I apologize. Like, it's just everybody doing their thing. Like, just keep doing y'all. Shout out to Saul alumni on all levels, man. For sure, man. But for sure. But you know, we about to close it out, bro. Please let the people know where they can find you, where they can find the Big Steppa Podcast, the content. Let the people know, like, feed the people what they need to know, man. Because I appreciate you for coming onto the platform. You always provide that dope energy. You know, your insight is impeccable. You know, I appreciate you once again, bro. But definitely, like, let them know where they can find the Big Steppa Podcast.
All right, Big Steppa Podcast, as you see right here on YouTube. All you gotta do is hit the search button on YouTube. Big Steppa Podcast.
And make sure y'all hit that subscribe as well. Hit that bell.
Please hit subscribe. We need some likes, some comments. I'm for all criticism, constructive criticism, all of that. Make sure you watch everything though when you can. Subscribe. Hit that Big Steppa Podcast link. We got a link tree and everything is on the actual page. So our Instagram page, you can find us at Big Steppa Podcast. All right, it's spelled just the way it is on YouTube. BigSteppa Podcast, just like that. So you got that. My Instagram, my personal Instagram is Fly with a Dove, FYL. Let me see. I didn't forgot, bro. I didn't tripping. FYLWITA_DOVE. Fly with a Dove. I had a J moment right there, and I fumbled on my name. But yeah, we on Linktree, we on SoundCloud, we on Spotify, Apple Music, iHeart. You know what I'm saying? Check us out, man. We got about 8 episodes all together up there. Got to check us out and show some love. I appreciate you, bro, for having me up here, man.
Bro, for sure, man. Like, you know, I appreciate you more, bro. Like this content, man. We gotta help each other eat, man. And you know, we definitely gotta put in some work. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's not for the podcast, we gotta just create some content, bro. Like, just, you know, whatever it may be, like, we will, you know, wherever the energy take us, we gotta follow it, bro. And you know, I try to build this podcast just on honesty, on being transparent, trying to motivate the people, trying to, you know, let people understand that, hey, listen, we all start from somewhere, and your story don't gotta end where it's at. You know, you can find that silver lining. You dig? You can find that battery, because a lot of us just need to be plugged in. A lot of us just need to tap in. You know, with our mentals. You know, emotionally, spiritually, you know, business-wise, you know, family. We all just got to tap in, because the content is around us. The food is around us. We just got to be willing to, you know, take the serving. You feel me?
Facts.
For sure.
You ain't saying nothing wrong, saying something strong, bro. For sure.
I appreciate you, But on that note, shout out to my man Dove. Shout out to Jada Boul. Shout out to the Big Steppa Podcast. You guys, y'all been tuned in to Let's Be Honest with Tone DeShields II. One love, stay humble, stay healthy, and most importantly, stay hungry. Take care, y'all.